Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blanks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Go on, everybody.
More importantly, we have a returning guest. Not too many of those, so a nice elite company here. Jami, MILF Manor 2. Really appreciate you coming on now 2 weeks in a row. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? And thanks for having me again.
It's crazy. I feel like we don't have anything to talk about.
You and me both.
Look, obviously, we're gonna release our review here. Everyone watching, we're gonna drop this before the review, and then we'll get this out, or either or. They're gonna probably drop on the same day. But obviously, JB, we left off last week with, I guess you could just call it a bombshell. You letting everyone know that, in fact, you did have a boyfriend outside of the show. And there was, let's just say, not too happy of a reaction, especially from a few of the women in particular. So I just want to ask right off the top, and I think it's everyone's number one question. Why did you still come on the show? Do you feel like it was right to do this, or kind of where was your head then, and maybe now is your head in any kind of a different place now, months later?
Okay, so I guess the reason why I came onto your podcast was because I get to explain my side of the story. However, I have an NDA, so I have
Yeah,
to be wise on the way I explain this.
yeah, of course.
So the truth is that I had a friend who 20 years of my life had been asking me to do a reality show, and I finally said yes. My kids were older, everybody wished me well. Simultaneously, as I said on the show, I had met somebody, but it was a new relationship.
Okay.
At my age and having two divorces, I don't want to make any mistakes. So I did commit to the show. And I also was in a new relationship, but in the beginning of a relationship, that's good. I'm sure people can understand the honeymoon phase and you're on a high and it's great and you are just going with it. But I did tell him that I was going to be going on a dating reality show named To Be Determined because I was not aware of the name of the show, to be clear. And he, just having met me, had really no say in what I did. He had a choice if he wanted to stay with me, just as I had a choice if I wanted to stay with him, if I wanted to do the show or not. We have our choices, and we made the choices. The choice was, you know, where I'm going to go. If fate may take me the way with another man on TLC reality show, then that would be my fate, and he and I were not meant to be. But if I went there and I was a fish out of water in the situation that I was in, maybe that would show, and I would have to probably exit because I wasn't contributing anything to the show. And it wasn't fair to the other women and the other men and everybody that was there for the right reasons. My reasons were not wrong. I was on an exploration, and when I got there, everything became clear. So, episode 4, bye bye. No harm done. Did my best, and that's my deal.
I guess the two follow-ups I would have, and this really, again, not this is my personal
Whatever you
opinion,
say is all good.
but the two questions I would have following up to that then would be one, why say anything at all? And why not just go and kind of enjoy the experience? Because, like you said, hey, maybe it's not the first person you speak to that you make a connection with, but maybe down the line you would have made a connection. And secondly, you said, you know what, all fair. Would you say to someone it was all fair if they wanted to apply for this show and they didn't get a spot because you wanted to do, I guess what you would say is maybe like a thought exploration or experiment?
Very good questions. And nobody knows what happened behind the scenes with how my departure went down.
Okay.
So let me just say that when you go on a reality show, I think that the best thing that you do is a good job. And if you are on the show and not really feeling you're contributing much to the dynamic of being on a reality show, then I think you need to say something so that it changes. And then everything that's meant to be happens.
Do you believe
Oh,
that
and
the
for the part two of your
okay, cool.
question was, did I take the spot of somebody else who didn't come there with a relationship? And I guess the true answer is we will never know. Maybe, I
I
mean,
like that.
there's more than six women in the world. Kelly came, that was seven. So I guess you could say I did take the spot of another human that could have been there besides myself, but we'll never know because that's
Look,
not the case.
I think it's
Oh, Matt's
fair.
great. Who knows?
Hey, look, and to be fair too, Brian and I both said we thought technically you could also say Kelly took a spot from someone because it's her second go around, right? So we're not really here to litigate that. I Brian, do you have something? Let you jump
Yeah, I
in
was just
there.
gonna say, like, I mean, taking a spot for someone, they could just bring somebody on. I mean, next week they're bringing on two new guys, so it's not like I don't think it's that big. They could, if they wanted to bring somebody else on, they definitely could.
Right.
Um, yeah,
Yeah,
so
stay tuned. You never know.
I honestly, yeah, I kind of the way I was describing it when we did our review, like when you were talking, you mentioned like I have a boyfriend. Like I was like maybe she thinks that like they're just talking, like you didn't know where you were yet until
Brian guessed dead on
I
actually.
got there and then I realized that I actually really want to take the next step with this guy. So I mean, it is like maybe going on that show if you're still in that relationship. I'm not going to dive into that, but like that could have been like what you needed to do to take that next step with that guy. You know what I mean? Like maybe it was the right thing to do that. And I don't think it. I think it's fine. It's a reality TV show. I mean, if you go on, Kelly took it. I thought way too far.
Speaking of Kelly, Brian, you gave me my question back that I
Yes,
was trying to remember. Do you believe that the women's outrage at your situation was genuine, or do you believe that they kind of saw blood in the water for a reality? This is your opinion.
I guess I will say that it's a reality show.
Yeah.
But besides saying that, I will say that everybody did their best to navigate the situation. And I'm sure hearing as a single person that somebody was there in a relationship, that might have caused some upset amongst the cast.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Kelly?
Um, Prior to that scene, Kelly and I actually, she joined the house, and I am a friendly person, and I was like, "Oh, hi, who are you?" For the record, I dis I say this respectfully. I didn't watch MILF Manor 1. I didn't know Kelly. I see a new woman. Hello, nice to meet you. We had a great conversation. I actually don't have anything bad to say about her. I think that that's probably why I wasn't the best MILF Manor reality TV cast member, because I just found a lot of good positive qualities in Kelly. So after I had gone on the date with Anthony, and interrupted her date with Anthony, and then she came with Barbie and Lynette, I think I looked on a little shocked because and I was like, okay, let's see. But the reality is, I've never been yelled at by a human, maybe my mom and dad. So, as a human who has a respectful life, if somebody's gonna yell at me, I don't,
Yeah.
I felt like I had to stand up for myself and like take a step back, don't get in my face. That's
Mm.
kind of like now my friends are like, stop, take a step back, don't get in your face. I'm like, okay, everyone. I actually just came from teaching a dance class tonight, and I was like at the edge of the stage, like, take a step back. And everyone's like, so, but so I'm having a lot of fun, like I told you before, Brian. So after that happened, and I left, this is all in real time, and all of a sudden I'm gone. So there's a lot more things that went on, but you see what you see. And we're watching it just like you guys. And I was like, okay, that's how it ended. There was a little clip in there that I was shocked to see. But that's how it ended. And then move along. Bye-bye. And that's it. So I really don't have anything bad to say. I think Kelly from season one, she had a role to play that the other women couldn't have done because I had been with them for a few days. And I think even Barbie was heard saying, "Oh, Jamie," in that clip. So, I mean, and Anthony, was so amazing.
Yeah.
And like, and I was just like, "Don't worry, Anthony, like, it's fine. Thank you so much." He was being really respectful and treating, he didn't, but ultimately, I'm all good with all the cast members, including Kelly.
Yeah. I was just actually gonna say Anthony, I thought was pretty awesome in that scene for you. I thought like
Yeah.
all the people, he probably could have been the most offended because you were talking to him and you guys were having intimate moments. But also this right here, I think that's a t-shirt idea for you right there.
Yeah, you have a catchphrase. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
You did 3.25 episodes of reality television and have a
got
catchphrase.
merch. Got a
Yeah.
merch thing right there.
I have another tagline that I'm more interested in, and it's less judgment, more kindness. I know that's probably not as exciting as take a step back,
Yeah.
but I guess that's just me in life. I am like a dance instructor one time a week. I'm a reading specialist and I teach children, but that's not what is, so there's two realities to everything. And like, hopefully everybody enjoyed it and hopefully everybody will continue to enjoy it.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as much, and there's not a hand symbol that we have there for you. I guess you could throw a peace sign up, but I just kind of want to clarify too. Like your last answer was great. You mentioned that you were shocked to see a specific clip. Which clip was that?
I mean, I don't think I should say. I just don't want to
Ooh.
be disrespectful to TLC, but I was
Okay.
just a little shocked to see a personal clip in there.
Okay. So
I know what it is. It's the video.
If
Yeah,
you watch it, you'll figure it out.
yeah, no, we don't need to. Yeah, it's all good. I just something that when you in your answer, and I said, I just want to make sure that I follow it up. It wouldn't be
Yeah,
a good
Brian's on.
interviewer if not. Yeah, I got it for
So,
sure.
because obviously this episode aired, I mean, obviously episode 3 had a lot of it, but episode 4 too. Like, have you gotten a lot of like people backlash like coming at you? I know we talked about in like personally, you and I like the TLC like fans can be kind of crazy, but like have like people come after you at all, or has it been like more positive than negative?
Great question. It's both. I'm just like, my life is so busy and outside of this show, but this is a big part of my life right now.
Yeah.
But I am moving forward in my life and I have a lot of positive things coming in my future. So the people that know me know my reality. The people that don't, they think I'm a liar. I mean, I told you before, my secret, I've heard I'm coming out as a gay woman. I'm a transgender woman, man. I'm just like all the worst names you could ever hear. That is what I am. And the people that are like, you're like the opposite of every single one of those things. You're like the nicest, kindest, smartest, best mom. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the point is you have to roll with the punches. I learned that from somebody that I know very well. And that's just the way it is. So I guess I asked for it. I'm on a TLC reality dating show. Whatever. What am I going to do?
A lot worse things have happened on TV.
Yes.
And not in a bad way. Anyone who really hates you this much this week, thank God there are 37 TLC shows every week. There are 200 reality shows every week, and someone else is going to be more hated. Probably already is. I didn't watch 90 Day Fiance yet. Like something probably already happened that someone's more mad about. So I like your attitude about it, though. While being respectful. And we say this all the time, and Brian's even got catchphrase. We have plenty of catchphrases for the idea that it's a reality TV show. It's whether it's a competition show and it's a game, or whether it's a dating show.
We're trying to entertain. I mean,
Exactly.
Christina was called a snitch and a liar and then like how could what kind is she? I mean, Christina is actually a true friend of mine after the show. I met her and she's a true friend. And when I left the show, she didn't realize that I was okay. She actually thought that she snitched and I got like upset that this whole thing happened. And I was just like, roll with the punches. But they were still filming and I didn't get to talk to the cast till everybody was done. So afterwards, when everybody left and I talked to Christine, she was like, I am so sorry. I'm like, all good. We're good. And, so we're actually really good friends and we're supporting each other through this. So everybody just hopefully they're enjoying it. It's a reality show on TLC.
When I don't mean to say it was genuine, but when you told the secret, what percentage in your head you said it's gonna get out? Like, did you want it to get out? Was that instead of you just coming out and saying it, is there a part of you that's like, if I tell someone, it'll probably get out and it'll kind of just start?
You know what? I think I'm going to let you answer that one.
I appreciate that. I got you. We're right on the. I got you. I see you. Brian, I really feel like I got exactly the knowledge I think the fans want to know. Is there anything else that you have?
I don't think so, because really the main ones is like, obviously Jamie and I have already talked, so I feel like a lot of the things we talked about, but yeah, really mainly was like, what did the public think? And I think I said like, I really wanted to say something about Anthony. I'm really glad I just thought he was great, and I thought he was great in episode 4 too. Like, I really like him a lot. And I just a lot of the cast members, like I know you mentioned Christina, like a lot of people supporting you, or like kind of
Yes,
behind you a little bit.
everyone. Oh my God,
That's good.
Miles. Like last night, I texted Miles, "Are you okay?" Michael. I mean, just everybody on the cast. Everybody's Crystal. Like we're
Yeah,
communicating. It's like
I
it's not so bad. It's really not so bad. Everybody has their own stuff. We're all just trying to navigate.
right.
I'm sorry, and this is probably why I was not the best on TLC MILF Manor because this is hard for me to like be the drama person and like I find the good in everyone, maybe to a fault. So that's the deal. And I really appreciate you guys having me on your
yeah.
podcast to explain my reality. And I know dirt and drama is probably more exciting to people, but this is my dirt and drama.
No, people want to know what's actually going on, and they do it through our channel in a way where we don't spoil it for them. We let them actually experience it on screen first, and then we react along with them. Last question, and I do not know why I didn't ask this question earlier. Are
Okay.
you still with the guy that you left the show for?
Yes.
That's good.
All right, let's
Everything was
go.
worth it.
That's a big one. That's
Mhm.
that, I'm like,
Say
I'm
one
sitting
thing
there in
on
my
that.
notes, like, I didn't ask her this.
No, that's
I
okay.
would have
And
been so
I,
mad if I got off this interview and forgot to ask you.
when that whole thing happened and I'd only known him for 7 weeks, I really took a leap of faith. And in looking back, I mean, when I walked out and I said goodbye to the camera crew and the producers that were there at the very end with me, I was just like thinking in my head, if I'm not with him, it's really going to be a little crazy.
Yeah.
But um, maybe it would be a big ad for Bumble. But I'm just kidding.
Oh, is that
So,
where you
I
met? Is
met
that
my
where you
wife
guys met?
on I met my wife on Tinder. So
oh, no way.
yeah, no, met my wife on Tinder. So again, I always big proponent. Like, we've always said on the show, if they ever wanted to hit us up, we're here for sponsorships.
Exactly. So the point is that, but so this is all my life has been lived, and I was waiting for this to come, and I don't, I like to keep him private because that's the deal, and he's a mature man. He's not a boy, and we are. I was very grateful for him that he navigated this as well as he did with me because I mean it's like kind of crazy. So that's it,
Yeah.
and we'll see how it goes. And I'm just going to use whatever little platform I gained from this to keep promoting. There's always a backstory, less judgment, more kindness, because I mean, seriously, the world is bad enough
Yeah.
to like the good people. We don't have to like make into the bad people and just like live your life. Do you. We're all doing our best. Blah blah blah. That's
Yeah,
it.
I feel
for
you.
sure, for sure.
We're on the same page. So with that, obviously appreciate your time. If you do want people to find you, where can they find you?
So I have my public Instagram, which is Jami Amaro one, Jami, no Amaro number one. And I think because I was new to all this, I had my private Instagram, and then everyone
Yeah.
would like trying to, and so I'm just trying to keep like my public one for public and fun and behind the scenes and all the things that if anybody cares, if they don't, all good. But yeah, so that's where, and I did dive into the little TikTok world, but almost being 52, it's definitely like my kids are like, Mom, what's happening over here? So whatever. We're
Never
all just,
too late. Never too late. This show shows you.
yeah.
Again, Jamie, thank you for both times. Doors always open if you ever want to come on, review an episode of a show, anything like that. If you're into, doors always open. And everybody, make sure you are watching MILF Manor 2. It airs on TLC's Sunday nights at 10. So make sure you have it on the DVR. We
And
get our
HBO Max, don't forget.
Yeah,
yeah, and HBO Max. And we will have our reviews, like we said, weekly on Mondays. So make sure you guys are checking it out and then checking us out. Jamie, thank you again. Everybody, check out all of our MILF Manor content. Make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Let us know what you thought of this interview and who you want us to reach out to and interview next from the show. But
Well,
for myself, Brian, Jamie, thank you all so much for watching. Peace.
bye.